Charlie Parker is the absolute best in teaching you licks. There is a lot of negative opinions about licks. Do not play licks, they destroy jazz. Licks are so uninspired, they kill creativity. Licks are not music, licks make you sound so mechanical. And this is all true when you do not understand why or how you should practice and play licks. I really believe that licks is this amazing tool that can really teach you jazz. And that licks are one of the most important ways to learn jazz. So example says more than words. This is Charlie Parker's lick on Cool Blues. This is a great way to start. And in the fast take of Cool Blues, Charlie Parker plays this. And what Charlie Parker is doing in the medium tempo take of Cool Blues is playing the same licks or part of the same licks, adding and subtracting here and there. And what Charlie Parker does in the slow version of Cool Blues is moving the D major lick into the F sharp minor bar. Charlie Parker is the master in playing licks. Charlie Parker is a masterful lick player. And what makes him a master is that he never plays the same lick in the same way. He changes it just a little bit, just an 8 note, just a little phrase here, moving it in the bar, moving it to another place in the form, changing the timing of the licks. Lots of people think that licks are just a bunch of notes you have to play exactly the way they are written or the way they are played by the artist. This is so far from true that it can be. Licks are amazing inspiration which you can use any way you want, fitting it into your playing. Articulation and phrasing is the first thing we need to learn from playing licks. Dig deep and thoroughly listen to the articulation and phrasing in the licks you are going to play. You see that I have marked every 8 notes offbeat in this lick. I've even marked some of the downbeats for extra power. And some of the notes I've marked as ghost notes. These two notes are lower on the horn, and in the fast phrase Charlie Parker is ghosting these two, or maybe his horn is leaking at this point of time. So what I'm using the articulation and phrasing for is everything in my playing. You see that the lick is in D major, so the lick inspires me to practice D major, but with articulation and great phrasing. Make your technique practice a part of your music. Just by looking at the lick, you see there are 2 arpeggios in the lick. Out of a total of 23 tones, 8 of them are arpeggios. So more than 33% of the notes are arpeggios. According to this lick, Charlie Parker is telling us to practice our arpeggios. Remember to be creative. Practice not only up and down, but practice the rhythm too. And if you really want to challenge yourself, play the pivot arpeggio too. Don't wait to get all the exercise in all 12 keys. They are all in the lesson manual on Patreon. It's an easy download. My next step would be adding this immediately into the blues form I play. I would not add all the material because then you're playing the full lick. I'll add only small bits. I'm only adding the triplet arpeggio. The rest can come later. And if you need to slow down, don't play the lick on all bars. It's much easier to start simple. Play only the D7 bars. Leave the others open. This gives you much more time to follow the form and actually get your technique in order. In this example, I want to show you how you can still play the lick in some of the chords. But you can fill in your own material on other chords. This way you integrate the lick into your playing in very small bits. You integrate it into your sound. You saw that I do not insert the full lick into the music, because it probably sounds silly and out of place when you insert somebody else's full lick into your own playing. The problem with inserting a full lick into your playing is this. A full lick will probably never connect to the rest of your playing. You need to be totally aligned with somebody's playing to actually make the lick you are inserting from them sound as your own playing. And still, you will always sound like you in everything else but that lick. When you have learned a full lick, it works like an IKEA manual. You cannot improvise with it. Imagine you have this play you have to do and you have this great monologue. Where are you going to use this monologue except in that play? That whole monologue does not fit in any way or any other aspects in your life. So what many people probably think is you have to play the lick exactly the way your hero is playing the lick, else it doesn't work. This is a wrong perception. What you do need to do is understand all the aspects of the licks, the phrasing, the timing, the different parts of the lick. Then you need to take all this, all the different parts, and make them your own. And in the lesson manual there are lots of licks I have made that starts easy and moves into more and more advanced, that's showing you easily how to compose your own licks. I've taken this lick into Take the A Train. And Take the A Train for tenor is in the key of D. I slowly start to fit the lick parts into the fitting chords in the tune. And if you need a slower approach than this, just fit one lick into the places you need in the tune. When you're done fitting the lick, fill in the gaps. And if you think this is advanced, your own material can also be just one chord tone or just a pause. I really want to help you practice this because it's a great deal in jazz. In the lesson manual I've made these licks, slowly developing from easy into a more advanced style, that you can see how I slowly advance the licks into new licks. And of course I've added the corresponding technical exercise that you can practice before making licks. Go on exploring how Charlie Parker and Barry Harris has the most powerful bebop licks. And check out more licks to level up your solo playing in these two videos. Play music, have fun.